Hello, y'all. I'm just going to make a quick video. Maybe this will help someone in the future. I didn't find one specifically for this, but some that absolutely helped me out. So the problem we have here, we have a 2004 Ford F150, and the AC and heat blower was not working. Um, so the whole story is I got this truck last year from my wife's grandfather who passed away. Got it for a good deal, and it only had about 30,000 miles on it. You know, it was a 2004, so I didn't drive it very often. But when we got it, the blower motor on all speeds, it really had a rough time. Here's the actual blower right here, if you can see. So I replaced this, and it was working fine for about 4 months or so. This is the newer one. It's about 6 months old now, and it was working. You know, there's videos on exactly this model, how to replace them. It's not very difficult. It's kind of tough to get out, but you can see it goes over here right underneath your glove box where you has 3 screws, and you take that out. So anyway, about a couple of weeks ago, just driving along, turned it on, and just went out on me. Of course, it was about 120 degrees that day, so it really sucked. But anyway, I looked at the fuse. Your fuse box is going to be down here, passenger side under the glove box. It has a little cover on it, and the fuse, you know, you can look in your owner's manual, has a diagram. This one was 116, and it was absolutely blown. You know, you could look, replace that. I said, oh, easy fix, right? Just replace the fuse and off we go. But that wasn't the case. So then this whole ordeal started. So there's a couple components to this, right? Once you verified the motor itself is good, you can do this a couple ways. You know, one thing I did, I just hooked it directly up to the battery with the 2 leads, and you could see, I mean, you'll know right away if it works. You could also test it with the multimeter, see if it has continuity. You know, if you have a setting for that, you can also test the resistance, see if you're grounded out or not. But anyway, so after replacing the fuse, I then tried the relay, which is directly above the AC blower fuse. I mean, not directly, but if you go straight up, it's that first relay. And I read those go out pretty often. There's some, the one over to the left of it is the one that goes to your high beams. So that's an easy test. You know, I swapped it out, and the high beams worked. Blower still didn't work. So I knew it wasn't the relay. After that, there's another piece over here. Get it down here a little bit. So this is more common if you have your AC only, your blower only working in 1 speed, which is max. There's a little piece in here called a resistor. It's really easy to take out and replace. This is the resistor right here. That'll be your problem if you only have 1 speed. So it's 2 screws. There's some videos on how to replace that, and it's rather easy. Sorry, I had to shoot the cat off. But so replace that, and I was stuck. I tested, you know, continuity on all the wires. This wire here goes back to your climate control module. This one goes in the yellow socket there. That has all the controls that, you know, how it receives power as well, and all your environmental settings, where you want it to go, your you know, feet, however, you know, it actually works with the blender, little blenders you have in there to open and close vents and all that good stuff. So this I took out from the dash. You know, I think some of these, some of the newer ones, they have more digital ones, and you know, it's a different module, so I don't know if this would be applicable to that. But anyway, once you take this out, it's pretty easy. No screws. This just pops off. There's a couple little hooks there. You can see them. There's 6 of them, so you can see where they're at, where you need to take a little flathead and just kind of pop, you know, close to it to pop them out. Really easy. But this whole thing comes out. You know, you have your lighter down here on it as well. This top, be careful with this. It's the airbag sensor. But you know, it's just you just take that little harness off. You push it in and take it off, and then this whole thing will come off. So all this was working, right? I mean, the AC, if I hit the AC, it turned on, compressor, all this. Everything was working except for the blower, so I didn't think it was the actual module itself. And if you have to buy a new one of those for these, you know, there's a Dorman one. It's pretty expensive. It's like 320 bucks. You can maybe find a used one somewhere at a junkyard or something, but thank goodness that wasn't the problem. So here was the problem. There's a little switch on the back of this that goes through here, and you know, your knob connects there to adjust the speeds of the fan. And this thing is held in, you know, you unplug it from the harness, obviously, but this guy is held in by 3 little tabs here. So if you take a little screwdriver, you know, you can pop them out pretty easy, but I didn't even realize there were 2 at the bottom, so it took me a second to get it out. I'm no great mechanic, to be honest with you, but then you can go find one of these online, or a lot of the parts stores will have them. They're pretty standard. It's like $10 online. Parts store, they're about 20 something. So anyway, got a new one of those, and boom, right off the bat, you know, somehow this thing got shorted out. I noticed when I took this off, there was like this gooey stuff on the harness. I guess it shorted out. This goes to your resistor, these 4 cables, and you know, you can look at these and make sure your cables are right, the connections are good as well. 4, right? And you know, if you have a multimeter, you can test, make sure you're getting some voltage through there as well, which it was, so I knew it wasn't the wire itself. But anyway, that's, you know, if you've tried everything and your blower's still not working, first thing I would look at, obviously, is the fuses and the relay. That's something easy. If it's not coming on at all at any speed, it's probably not going to be the resistor. And look at the wires, and your last step, replace this switch. You know, pretty cheap fix, but it took me a while to finally get to this one. Anyway, hope you all have a good day.